Astronauts to the moon.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Welcome. This is the Jeranism show.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the Speaker's Corner, where we speak truth, seek truth. Speaker's Corner, yeah, they see through, we see you. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is all on the Speaker's Corner. 2 minutes hit the spotlight. Speaker's Corner, where 2 minutes gets your mind right. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is all on the Speaker's Corner.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Speaker's Corner, number 11. Believe it or not, we are here. We are live. My tooth is throbbing, but we're going to get through it. That's the goal here. Let me get this ready for you. Let's get done with the sponsors real quick here. We've got TrueSmacks. Oops, we got to move this over here. You're not seeing it. There we go. TrueSmacks. They are delivering delivering truth one morsel at a time. We want this on there if we can. Do that and do this. There we go. We've also got sponsoring the show. We've got JJ's CBDrub.com. It's JJSCBDrub.com. He is a great guy, JJ Hempcrete Bear, if you don't know who he is. He's part of the bear community and also grows his own for CBD and this high potency rub. It's all grown by himself with a back to Eden no-till gardening. So definitely check that out. And lastly, but not leastly, we've got thcshow.live. You can go shop THC merchandise and then scroll down here, get a LED hat, possibly a THC hat, maybe a glow in the dark I'm a Flat Earther t-shirt. And these are all fantastic items and support these people in the community. So that is it for our sponsors. That was quick, right? I got done with that super quick. Great. I'm not going to do the phone lines tonight unless we need to, just because that costs me money, and the StreamYard does not. So the link is, do I have it here? I believe. Let's bring this up. Let's go to the Speaker's Corner screen. Let's get this out of the way, and we are ready to go, I think. Let's see. Yep, got that. It's number 11. Boom. And why is this not working? Where is the words for it? Huh. Hold on 1 second. I might need to put in the URL because it's not scrolling, is it? Nope. All right, we're going to do another one. To join. Oops, that's not working either. Hold on. Let's get this in there so you can get you on there. To join the show. And we're going to go with, that's tinyurl.com/cornerism. Let's see if that works. Turn this off. This ain't giving me problems today. Didn't even work last show. It's doing it again. Oh, wait. Live data. To join the show, cornerism. Okay. Listening. Weird. Just not appearing on there. All right, let's see if we've got an image for it. Maybe we've got that up. There we go. Let's do that instead. Forget this blue line. You're out of here. You lose. And you are moving there. And we get the thing on the screen. We're all good. All right, so we're going to put this up about right there. There we go. tinyurl.com/cornerism. And also, we have a exciting announcement. We've got a banned person. What? Yep. Somebody's been banned. Any guesses? Bueller, who's banned? Give you one guess, and it is Brenda Brenda is banned from the show. So that'll teach you to, you see up there, we've got a banned list. So we've got a lot of room for other people. And Brenda is spelled that way. It's Brenduh. Duh. That's what happens when you call in and tell ridiculous, blatant lies about me for no reason at all. Just because you can't admit that you're wrong. So, that's not what the show is intended for, is to just call in and lie about me. Don't want that. So Brenda is banned. She's on the ban hammer. And she will not be welcome back. Unless she wants to email me or reach out through Telegram or make a public apology and say, oh, you're right, you did not lie. You've been consistent the entire time talking about the experiment, and it's the movie that lied and the people that watch it and think you prove curve that lied. Go ahead and say that. Bring yourself back around to the truth reality, the reality of truth, and then we'll go from there. Maybe we'll invite you back to come hang out with us. Sound lovely? I agree. All right, let's get one other thing done. I want to get the Rokfin chat up there and properties and link. Okay, there we go. And we're going to open up the lines. All right. And I'm going to be a little bit more strict because let me say you have 3 minutes, number one. What's going on there? Must be nobody chatting in Rokfin. Is that it? Let me check something. Where is the Rokfin feed? Sorry, hold on. So you have 3 minutes, and then at the end of 3 minutes, you're going to start to hear the music play. And the music plays for a half minute, so you've got a total of 3.5 minutes. But when that music ends, I'm going to just boot you. So when you hear the music, it's your time to start telling people where they can find you. And, the intent behind the show was to get a little bit more of people calling and saying, here's my opinion, and kind of give us like a little presentation or a little mini presentation. We're not getting a lot of those, but let's see how it goes today. And we should be set to go. All right, so I just got to get in here and see what's going on here. Well, there is people chatting. I wonder why it's not coming up. I'm getting the same thing that says Rokfin can't be loaded. Why is that happening? Rokfin, what's going on? Everything's breaking down today. All right, well, let's see if this is going to work. We've got Rokfin chat and browser and properties. And we're putting in the Rokfin stream number. Okay. See what comes up. There we go. There she blows. All right, let's get started, shall we? I believe so. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's bring on our first guest. Who is it tonight? We've got Space Audits. Space Audits, are you there?
Hey, what's up, man?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well as can be expected, yes. Okay, we'll turn that down for you.
Good. I sent you a link on Telegram. Oh, sorry.
No problem. On Telegram, okay. Let me see under who is this? Alan?
Alan.
Okay.
Yep.
Alan, I've got the paste bin ready. Oops, let me put it over here though where people can see it better there. All right, and then do people need to see it or is it just for us to look at or is it just for me to look at?
Yeah, you can put it up for people and then share the links later or whatever.
Sure. I'll put it at t.me/Jeranism links. Okay, let's go ahead and get the party started. Tell me what you want to bring up first.
Okay, so the first two links is the mainstream narrative of how the Earth got its atmosphere is that it's so big, and whatever, and it's traveling through space, and there's like little pockets of gas and stuff, and it slowly collected its own atmosphere, right? And then volcanoes were erupting and all that, and then like that had a secondary effect where it made it like, it reinforced that kind of thing. Now, so when you guys were talking about the shoebox vacuum situation, when you lift the shoebox,
right,
and it doesn't, maintain the barrier, that completely destroys that their hypothesis, so-called about how the Earth got its atmosphere. Because if it did work that way, it would that would happen in a vacuum. Like you could prove that it wouldn't not work, right? So when their minds all melt, he's not the first guy that's had a mind meltdown when he's heard that. There was that guy that
it's a rough one.
Flat Earth Boxer had he was asking the guy and he was kind of, like this is a huge thing for them because they immediately turned to pressure gradient and they're like, because if you go up in a mountain, your bag of chips will pop because low pressure and then there's no barrier. And it's like, all right, dude, but we're all on that prerequisite for pressure is the container, right? So, I think that like, completely destroys that when they melt down on that. So that might be some potential ammo. And the second, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll wait till your time's up. I don't want to take your time.
Okay, cool. So the third one, the third link is raw discover images compiled by I Can Science That from YouTube. He's a actual professor and all that. You know, he makes
The third,
content.
we're
trying
looking
to-
at the third link.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's a link to his Google Drive where he pulled the raw data and compiled it like manually, like it hasn't been.
Oh, that's the
published
one
in
you guys did together.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
where do I go?
you know, the next time. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Well, oh, I see you had a title and then the link. My bad. I put in that both.
Yeah.
Okay. So gotcha.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I did that for all the links. Okay, I get it now. You put a title and then the link.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what's here?
So yeah, so the next time you're like we got the eclipse ones where they say like the moon transit and stuff. So you can go over those, and you know how dude was saying that he went over them in photo forensic, and it's like some of them you can kind of see some weird stuff going on, and some of them you can't. I got the exact same thing going on. Like I went hard on those too. I quote unquote spent a day on it, you know. So and I got the same result. It was just you really couldn't tell anything conclusive. It didn't seem like, and then the results would vary. So they obviously know what they're doing, and there's no metadata on any of those. So you would think that there would be at least something because it's like the raw stuff or whatever. But it's already been pre-wiped. So even at the highest level of publicly accessible data that we can get, it's already been cleansed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then-
Did you guys ever find anywhere else that the moon goes behind the Earth?
No, we never. I think there's one instance, one image where they show it. There's only one time where they show it coming around the side like that.
Okay.
Only once. It's in there. I'm pretty sure.
So where it says raw data can be found here. This is a link to the actual depository.
Yep.
Okay, I'll have to take a look at it, and I'll put it in t.me/Jeranism links. So
Or
we
wait,
can get there.
it was a the Google Drive link in there. It has all the pictures in it
Let me see. So the Google
on
Drive.
the pastebin link.
Yeah, it's this right here, right? And then it goes to Google Drive. Oops, hold on, let me grab it better.
No, put the pastebin URL like in your URL bar.
Yeah. So I did that, and this is pastebin here. Oops, want to go back one? Oops, where did the pastebin go? I thought it was here. Pastebin. Okay, so then the third one down where it says images.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah,
grabbing
where
that.
raw discover images. That Google Drive has a bunch of images that he pulled and compiled.
So when I went there, I thought I only saw. Let me go there again and see what we see. So when I went there, I saw these two. Which?
Oh yeah, go up in those folders.
Oh,
up there.
these. I didn't see these. Okay, so go.
Yeah,
to,
yeah. Those sub.
Which
yeah,
one?
those have them.
So this is one that has the moon.
Yeah, there's moon and eclipses and.
So
and
do
then
we
just
still have the
regular
link
ones.
to the actual folders that we found? You know, the
I'm sorry.
there used to be a link to the thing that has thousands of folders. Have you seen that? No, you haven't seen that?
I don't know. I'm either lagging or you're lagging. Can you repeat that? Was it the FTP server for NASA?
Yes. Do we have that link?
Oh yeah, I sent you that. Yeah, I sent you that. It's before the pastebin link. That's on
in
there. I
Telegram?
just checked that the other day.
Okay. Oh wow, I never seen
Yep.
this one. Look at this picture. Okay. Good to
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I'll
because
put
dude
that-
was asking for it. He was like, I can't verify it, even though you were showing him the video.
of course.
So like, I wanted to try and get you the link real quick to send it to him, but you know, you were doing your thing. But one more thing on that pastebin link. So you know how we went over the Neil deGrasse Tyson thing over the 63 miles? I was talking to I Can Science That about it, and he says that, and he holds firm to this Earth curvature study. He says that you can see the curvature from a plane from like 36,000 feet.
Oh,
Like, he
I Can
says Neil
Science that
deGrasse
believes that.
Tyson's wrong.
Well,
Yeah. So
I do think
and then
Neil
he
deGrasse
cites
Tyson's
this
wrong on
as
that.
he cites this as the thing. And I know Neil deGrasse Tyson's like, you know, a liar and stuff. So it's possible that he could be wrong or whatever. So I figured we might look into that, or you know, but
So this one here,
I think it's already been
study on Earth's
debunked.
curvature.
yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to put this pastebin link into t.me/Jeranism links if anybody wants to find it. All right. Anything else for me?
Nope, that's it for this week, man.
Fun. You're doing
That's
a
it
great
for
job,
this
by the
week.
way. You, I can tell you're working hard. You're talking to people. You're getting things done. Doing a lot of work. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Keep it up. And
Yeah,
then
man.
tell people
I'm
where
about
they can
to-
find you.
Space Audits on YouTube. I changed it from last week. It was Space Audits with Alan. The URL was just too long, so I changed it to that. But yeah, you can find me there. I'm going to be like looking up papers and like reading the papers, do like live readings of them, you know, so people don't have to read them themselves.
Nice.
And then And then I'll like do follow-ups with like I Can Science That or Rob Parks, 2 people I recommend. If you're interested in looking into the, like, quote unquote, the mainstream narrative, those 2 people are really nice people that you could
Yeah, I'd
ask
like
questions
to. I Can Science That. I have a couple things I'd like to talk to him about.
Yeah.
So I'll have to try and work out when I can do that with him. What's the best way to
I'll
get a
send
hold
you-
of him?
I'll send you his email. He
Yeah,
has
please.
an email. Yeah. All right. Cool, man. You have a good show, dude.
Thanks,
Catch you
bro.
later.
Appreciate it. All right.
Yeah, bye.
Let's go with who's next. We've got Crazy Doug. What's up, Doug? Oh, you're black. Doug, you're African American. What are you doing? Okay, let's go with oops, that person just left. Crazy Doug.
Yeah, is it lagging?
Why? What's lagging?
Well, I'm out here at the Illinois River.
Oh, hello, Illinois River. No, you're fine.
Well, start my time, man, because I'm just gonna.
There we go. You're on. Do it. Do it dirty. Nope. Now you're lagging. Now you're gone. We're gonna give you a second to come back. Maybe I'm gonna remove you for a second, then we'll bring you back. See if that does anything. I think it's not very lined up very good. What's that white thing there? What is that? I don't know what that is back there. Crazy Doug. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. We're going to move this over here. Sorry, we got something blocking us. Again, if you want to join, there's nobody in line. tinyurl.com/cornerism. And let's see if that looks any better. Doug's situation is not working. And let's wait for somebody else to come in. There was somebody who kept coming in, but now they're gone. Nope, now Doug's gone. Now we got nobody. So let's see. I've got some stuff I could talk about while we wait. Again, if you want to join the show, it's tinyurl.com/cornerism. We'll also say hello to everybody in the YouTube's chat. We'll do it live. Troubling Tribune, where are you? You're always on. Up, and now we got somebody. Crazy Doug's back. Doug, you just wanted more time on the clock. I know exactly what you're doing.
Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right, so you packing it up, man? We're all going back to the globe.
For sure.
Yeah, because Bryant destroyed y'all.
He did. I felt like we were just abused, basically. I didn't ever know things like,
So check it out.
The science, the guy's got so much science. Where's your paperwork?
Why was he talking about flat earthers, though?
When?
Like, he was supposed to be showing his side. But all I kept hearing him say was, well, a lot of flat earthers think, and a mistake a lot of flat earthers make, and
or he even said,
who
you
the hell is
guys, a
he?
couple times.
Yeah. What the hell? Say your side. You don't know what we think. You won't listen.
Yeah, that's the upsetting thing. And again, I get it. It's what we're asking him to do is call into question his entire career.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one, but we kind of thought he was going to be a little bit more open to some of the things, but you could just tell he was already saying no before as we're asking a question, right? It was already, no. So that's a very closed off.
Let's
person.
move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I don't want to talk to Austin anymore.
He said,
funniest
Austin
line.
said, well, present your gravity presentation.
Right.
He's like, okay, well, a lot of flat earthers think, what the hell does that have to do with your gravity presentation?
Yeah. Somebody says, put the phone number up. We're not doing a phone number tonight because it actually cost me money and I was actually losing money the last 2 weeks. So it's tinyurl.com/cornerism. You can put that in from your phone, from your PC, from your tablet, or from your Apple Watch. I don't know. Does the Apple Watch work for this? Doubt it.
Don't know. Don't have one.
What else is new, Doug? How's the girls?
Everything's good. Well, they're at home now. I'm worried about them. I'll see them.
I bet. You'll see him tomorrow. All right, it's not too. You're not gone too long then.
Keep it up, man. Don't ever mention that dude's name again. You said I'm never going to mention his name again, and then went on for 2 hours. But
I know it's hard to because again, no matter what you say, whether it lasts 5 minutes or 2 hours, they're going to have something to say. They're going to continue to put me in their videos. I think it's fun. I think it's funny. It's kind of like it's kind of homosexual, just a little bit.
So they're not heliosexuals. What's the flat Earth equivalent?
Wow. Planosexuals.
Good luck figuring that out, man. I appreciate you. Keep it up.
All right, thanks, bro. All right, we've got open slate. Anybody want to join? All you got to do, type in tinyurl.com/cornerism, and you will appear magically on the show. What up, Crystal Luna says, fresh, nice. Rethink Inc. says, the best part is when he cried about Austin talking. It was pretty funny. We've got Scotty says, I'm so happy for Alex Stein, except I'm very sad about these last shows. You launched Alex, Sharon. I knew he had something in him, and he'll tell you that from day one. I said, you're not going to be here long. You're going to be, and again, it's that whole manifesting your reality. He wanted to move along, and he got up and did what he needed to do. So let's bring on who's next. We've got Huggy. Whatever that means. Huggy Bear.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Huggy. I like that name.
I just have it's funny. I was just watching your earlier live stream. I saw you streaming again. But anyway.
Back-to-back streams today. We got to get caught up.
I was just curious. I just found you recently, like a week ago.
Oh.
But I see you're
welcome.
Talking to Mark Sargent a lot.
I am? Oh, you mean I was? Or?
Well, I just see you associated with him, but
yeah.
Eric Dubé, I was associated with him before. I thought that Eric Dubé had a problem with Mark Sargent.
Eric Dubé has a problem with everybody.
Oh.
So,
I didn't know how you felt about Eric Dubé.
I think he did, great work at the beginning. He kind of brought this along, but he then accused me of stealing money and a bunch of other things. So I don't know. I think for somebody like that we all would have elected as president, no question. We would have said, "Oh, here's the head of the flat Earth." Nobody would have even batted an eye if we did that. But the only reason that never happened is because he spends his time going after anybody who brings anything to the table. If they start talking flat Earth, he trashes them and calls them a shill or something. Some people last like a month or 2 months of being like friendly with him, and then he calls them a shill after. So again, I don't know why he does that. I do understand that as a conspiracy theorist, you start to doubt everybody. And that's a problem. And it might be by design so that we could never become a cohesive unit, which is the only way we would really move this forward. So I don't know if that answered you correctly.
Okay. Yeah, I just recently found you. I think you're one of the most entertaining
Thank you.
people in this sphere of this subject. So.
Well, thank you. Glad you're here. And yeah, lots of old stuff to watch. If you look at the description of my videos, I've got links to Rokfin and then also Odyssey. And Odyssey has all the old stuff that I had to pull down. So Odyssey is a good place to go for some of the older stuff. But yep, I'm here often. We do 3 or 4 shows a week and looking to add some more. So we'll be here.
Great. I'm a real big fan of your segment, Space Time.
Yeah, thank you. That's a fun one. Yep. And we're going to do some NASA comedy hours. I'm so backed up, but that's also fun because I think Mike from THC show is going to be on one. I still have Conspiracy Music Guru is going to do one with me. Ira is going to do one. So we're pretty packed with that.
Awesome. Well, yeah, that's basically all I had to say. So thanks,
all right,
Sharon.
Have a good one. All right, I'm going to ask a question, and if somebody answers it correctly in chat, I don't know, you'll win something. Well, I don't know what that would be. Maybe a USB drive or something. All right, so let's see here if anybody can get it right. The title of today's show is called, where did I put it so I can see it? I don't remember exactly how I said. So I said 3 minutes. Did I just hear someone say 3 minutes? Who can tell me what that's from and who said it? First person in chat, you can win yourself a USB drive. I'll mail it to you free. But you have to know who it is. Let's see here. If anybody remembers. It's pretty tough. What are you broadcasting? No, that's a different show. Nope. I don't think anybody will get it. 3 minutes. Did I just hear someone say 3 minutes? But it's a tough, you got to get it right. What is it from and who said it? I'm not sure anybody will actually figure this out. Not Eminem. No. I don't know if I can actually bring it up without getting a copyright strike. Let me see. Adam Sandler, no. Wizard of Oz, no. Oh my God, I don't know. No. Let me see if we get anybody. Anybody at all. We'll go right to the phones. Don't worry in a second. Heavy D. No. Dork, no. Dirk Diggler, nope. Anchorman, Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey. 3 minutes to Sparta, no. I'll give you a hint. Everybody needs a hint now. It's from wrestling, so you have to be a wrestling fan. And this is going back. This is going back. Who said 3 minutes? Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes. Anybody? No idea. Slayer? Nope. I do. Oh, there's a clip here. We're gonna play the clip. You can hear the voice. Maybe you'll know who it is. Who is it? Listen to this. You can win. Here it comes. Ready?
Wait a minute.
Nope. They rewind to see more. Here we go.
Wait a minute.
Nope. Not JR. Not Hulk Hogan.
Did I just hear myself say?
Actually, now I don't know. I think Flat Fellow won. I think Flat Fellow won. He said, were you talking about Eric Dubay? He said Eric said it. And then Hobbs came right after and said Eric Bischoff. Good. That Flat Fellow nailed it. I'm going to give it to that Flat Fellow because he said up here, Eric said it. That was one where wrestling actually got me. And it's not very often that wrestling will get you, usually you can see these things played out, but I'll just put this on screen so you can see it real quick because it was funny. So this old man, he played, what's going on here? Let me bring this up real quick. There. So this old man right here is Eric Bischoff. He's a young man. But these two guys were getting married, Chuck Palumbo and Billy Gunn. And this is the officiating guy, or the priest or whatever. And right when they're about to get married, he says something about, it doesn't matter, if love lasts 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, or 3 minutes. And at the time they had this tag team called 3 Minutes. And it was great because then he peels off the face mask and it's actually Eric Bischoff, which you didn't know the whole time. It was impossible to know because he looked like, oh, here you go. Did they show him take it off?
Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes?
Look at Stephanie. I want the whole thing. Terrible. Anyway, that Flat Fellow. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to get a hold of you. Are you on Telegram? If you are, hit me up. If not, somebody has your address that's on Telegram. Either Karen or somebody got send me your address. I'll send you the USB drive. You get 3,200 books. All right. Okay, let's go to the phone lines here. We've got Lowry in the house. Lowry, how come you didn't know that answer? What's wrong with
What are you doing?
Nothing.
I didn't expect you to actually pick me up right there.
I'm trying to get rid of I'm trying to convince myself my tooth is not throbbing.
What are you talking about?
I got a broken tooth. I'm not very happy about it.
How'd that happen? Did you
eating a sandwich?
Really sugary.
Eating a sandwich.
It's very sugary.
I didn't really have good oral health back in the day, so that kind of it doesn't pay off in the future. That's the one thing. You're like everything in life. You wish you can go back. You're like, man, if I just would have known, I would have kept my teeth perfect. And
dude, you've been streaming hardcore for like the last 8 hours.
No, not 8 hours. Come on.
No, I was watching your show earlier.
Yeah, but not 8 hours. But anyway, yes, for a while. I think I started at 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna make it like all technical.
No,
6 hours.
Okay,
5 hours, 6 hours.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
All right, I'm gonna start your clock.
How was that? I don't care. I'm just gonna jump off here anyway. I'm just saying hi.
No, go the whole way. Go the distance.
Well, what's the whole way? What is
go
the
distance? If you build it, either they're them or somebody will come.
I don't like when I look at the screen, I see two of me and not you.
I know. I'm sorry about that.
You.
I'm down here in the corner.
Yeah, that's some bullshit because like I don't feel like I'm having an experience with you.
Yeah, I guess because it won't let me use 2 different cameras for 2 different sources. So I have to, since I'm using that camera on OBS, I have to use that same screen over here. It's just life. Hey, how was your and Crumb's stream yesterday? I didn't get a chance to see it.
I did a big rant on the Lizard Queen, and I might have melted his stream, but I don't think so. I asked him tonight, but he doesn't know for sure. But I basically just barfed out everything I thought about the Queen.
That she's lovely and you're upset you'll never get to sleep with her.
She's something. I mean, she's a person that lives a long ways away from the rest of us, way over there.
Yeah, I don't. What do we still have kings and queens for? What the hell is wrong with people?
I don't know. I mean, like literally, like this is a person that I've never met. She's over there. She's on the far side of the water, and she owns most of the damn realm that we live in.
Yes.
So what do you make of that?
Tiny little country.
Yeah, she's on an island. She has a very cute little British accent, and she's affiliated with pedophiles. So I don't know. Did I say that word?
'Tis true.
Sorry.
That's all right. I think that's allowed. We didn't, affiliated.
I've been
with,
trying to
right?
work on the hobo speak, insofar.
So I have
as,
this
like,
idea. What do you think about this? What if we come up with our own vocabulary to where anytime an event happens, let's say we're going to call something an FF, right? A false, front. So we just rename that to something that we know what we're talking about, but the algorithm won't allow us to kick us off for saying it. Like,
well, what's the chat say? Like, chat. What do you think? What if
we called it like
FF?
we could call it a fun front. So now if we just every time we're talking about that say it's a fun front, well, what are they going to do? Kick us off for saying fun front?
That's not bad, actually.
Well, just name anything, and it could be the same initials. So instead of saying that the Joe Biden is a then we'll call it he's a Jay Leno fan.
I was actually last night. I was
like
talking to Crumb. I was like, is it okay for me to say the Is it okay for me to say that?
Call it a Jay Leno fan from now on. See, so we can. They can't get us. What are we gonna do? Get banned for saying people are Jay Leno fans?
Yeah, of course. And so you go through this whole thing. I think Matt over at Quantum Consciousness has actually nailed this thing. The whole the hobo speak. I'm not that good at it, but it's like, dude, we can say certain things and get away with it. But I don't really know. I mean, do you know what it is that we can actually get away with? I mean, do you know?
I try when I'm going to talk about something I'm not supposed to. I try to make sure it's very sarcastic, or it's done in musical form or in comedy form. If you say things too seriously, they take that as like you're making a claim, right? But if you kind of joke around like JP does, or like you're doing a parody song, I've never seen him take down one of my parody songs yet.
No.
So.
Oh, by the way, you guys are going to do the third.
We're going to finish it off.
Have
tomorrow.
you not finished that song yet?
We have one more verse. Song. Don't make me jump through this computer and be trapped. No.
Are you doing this on tomorrow night?
Yes, tomorrow night at 5:30, I think. So I heard that you think you sound like Billy Idol. I mean,
who the fuck told you that? I have no
Crumb,
idea
I think.
What you're talking about.
Crumb said you're best, but I think. What do you think about Alex Michael doing it?
Crumb's got a lot of good ideas, but I don't know what he's talking about. Billy Idol. I don't know. I did a something. I did a Huey Lewis in the News thing with him, but
let me hear you sing a little bit of "We Didn't Start the Fire."
Would you want me to just do that right on the spot?
Yep, you got it. You just whatever you want.
No, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not gonna.
Oh shucks, your time's up.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to say hi.
Hello.
And
hope you're well. Where is this room? Is this a room in your house?
I'm in a loft in Brooklyn.
I like it.
I'm way behind enemy lines up here. So
New York's a little scary, but I'm in California. I can't really speak much.
I mean, you're probably getting a little bit of that, but still, I'm holding it down.
Thank you
for whatever this fucking war is that we're in.
Well,
and then
yeah, I guess it's a disgusting war. It's just a lot of people that like to be controlled and told what to do and what to believe and what to think, and then a very small amount of us are like, wait, we don't want to do that.
Well, there's a few of us that actually can think for ourselves. So.
Imagine that. How dare you?
Imagine that.
All right.
Anyway, I love you. I'm getting off here.
Love you
Bye.
too. Take it easy. Bye. Let's
Bye.
go with Jesse. Jesse, welcome to Le Show.
Hey, Jaron.
How are you?
Just wanted to say first that I've been researching Flat Earth for about 6 months, so I'm still learning a lot.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thanks. I got my 2 kids out here listening, and my 7-year-old, he wanted me to tell you that he's a glober.
Yes, but because school taught him, right?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really pushed it very hard on them. But
I wouldn't. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think that we want to just replace one dogma with another. It's more about teaching them to think. I mean, really,
right.
Does he feel like he's flying through space at 1.2 million miles per hour? Now, again, at that age, you probably can't really grasp that. But when you are of an age where you can, it becomes patently absurd that we're not flying through the vacuum of space. So it's just, then you start learning that it's just mathematics. And of course, these guys are going to try and tell you, oh, we wouldn't feel it. You never feel straight speed and just things they've never experienced. Nobody's ever experienced traveling 1.2 million miles per hour. So
and I'm not pushing it real hard on them right now. I mean, they just kind of hear me watch videos and stuff. I'm not trying to preach at them yet. But anyway, that was just a quick comment. But kind of the main question I had is, first, I was wondering if you could kind of tell me, because I've been thinking about the constellations lately, and I haven't seen this argument on Flat Earth yet, and maybe I just haven't found a video on it. But I've been thinking about the constellations. So we see, like, the constellations we see tonight, we won't see. I mean, we'll see them for a few days or whatever, right? But we won't see them again for a year. Is that right?
No. Why would you say that?
Because I thought I've seen some videos where, like, we'll see constellations tonight because they're rotating around the Earth, right?
But daily.
Daily?
Right. So if you look at like Polaris, right, and you watch kind of the Big Dipper or whatever, it's going to make a complete turn in 23 hours and 56 minutes and be back kind of where it started tomorrow night. Now, where they talk about the ones that are only there some of the time, it's because, like, I think Orion's Belt is one of them. There's a couple of the stars that you would only see a certain time of year.
Okay.
So I don't know.
What is their explanation for that?
Because the Earth changes its tilt, and then you get more or less day and night.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, right now, there's a certain set of stars that would only be out in the day, right? So as the year progresses, those will slowly start to creep in to our night, and then we would see them. But I think you would see them for like 6 months.
Okay. So do they have an explanation? Because, you know, there's that video that shows like the vortex that the Earth and all the planets are going through. Like, it just seems impossible that the constellations would be in the same place every night.
Yes.
Despite us.
Well, that corkscrewing that you see there, people get confused on it. That is a highly advanced time period. So think about the Earth going around the sun. That's a year in their model. So when you watch that little spiraling thing, watch the Earth go around once, that's 1 year. Watch it again, that's twice, 2 years. So that one sequence of 30 seconds is probably 500 years.
Okay. So, I mean, like, on a globe model, it could make sense?
No. Well, again, here's the thing. If you grant them that the stars are the distances that they say, which I think is absurd, because the stars just have to be that distance, according to them. So I don't think you could ever see, I mean, the closest star is 25 trillion miles. And it's laughable that we ever let them tell us that we could see that, in my mind.
Yeah, because the thing is, I mean, like,
we're not talking millions of miles. We're not talking billions of miles. We're talking trillions of miles. And people can't even fathom that amount of distance or that amount of time. Like, have you heard Dave ask, how long do you think 1 trillion seconds is?
Right. Yeah, I've heard him say that.
Yeah, it's 31,000 years. So, I mean, it really kind of gives you an idea of what 1 trillion is, because we know seconds move quick. And if somebody says 1 trillion seconds, you might think a lifetime, couple lifetimes, but 31,000 years, that's insanity. And that means that's just 1 trillion. And we're talking 25 trillion miles to the closest star. And
right. And I can't imagine the motion that the stars are having to make to be in the same place. Because
the stars wouldn't be making any motion in their model. So in their model, the stars are so far away that they're just basically fixed, meaning they don't move. So the only thing that moves in their model is the Earth is spinning, which means that half the year you have basically nighttime on one side, then night on the other half. So you're only seeing those stars half the time. But the problem with it is that they have to be moving too, right? Everything's moving around something.
Right.
So,
and then the sun is also orbiting, right? So it's not like it's going in a straight line.
This is another one of their problems, is that they can't even say that the sun moves in space unless you say in reference to what? If you say in reference to the solar system, they'll say no. The sun sits there, it doesn't move. But if you're talking about in reference to the Milky Way, then it's moving 480,000 miles per hour.
Because I think of it like a wheel, right? The center is moving slow, and the outside has to be moving faster than the center.
Correct.
Like on a wheel, right?
Yep.
So wouldn't like the stars have to travel faster than the speed of light to keep up? Or am I thinking about it wrong?
To keep up with what? With us?
I guess I just don't understand, like, that vortex video. I wish there was something that also showed how the stars are also moving. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it.
That's good. The only thing I could say that, where's my mouse? Oh, I used to have, I don't know if you use Steam. Do you have a Steam account where you can play games on your computer? Steam?
No.
So I used to have this game that somebody gifted me called Universe Sandbox. And there's another one I've seen that's kind of like it, but I was looking for it the other day. I couldn't find it. So there's an online one, but it gives you a view of the whole solar system, and you can zoom out and then you can see galaxies and things like that. And it plays in real time. You can play it in real time or you can fast forward it. But I think that's when I saw the absurdity of space, because if we right now got in a spacecraft and we pulled away from the Earth, let's say we pull away 8,000 miles. We just go up 8,000 miles and we're looking back at Earth.
Yeah.
In their model, nothing is moving. Even though we're spinning 1,000 miles per hour, even though we're flying 66,000 miles per hour, even though we're going 480,000 miles per hour on the sun, because of the size of everything, everything's just still. Now, that's what's absurd, is because those two don't marry to me. They're like, no, are we flying through space or are we not? But on the scales that they're talking about, I mean, you have to remember that even Jupiter's like, how far away from here? Ridiculous. And as you keep getting further and further, and then they have these Oort clouds, and then they've got all this empty space in between. So they've got this whole thing. Now, I think it's just a mathematical model that you can program into a computer, and you can tell a computer that this much gravity and this big of a mass, and everything will work okay. But again, they've got corrected factors in there. So to me, I just don't think it works at all. I don't think you could even see that far.
Right.
Let alone...
Can I just make one more quick comment?
You may. I was talking a lot. Go ahead.
So like a week ago, I came outside and I just happened to look up and I saw the Starlinks, and it was weird because they were going across. I saw them for like 10, 15 seconds. I recorded them. And then it's not like they were close to the horizon, but all of a sudden they disappeared. And I was like, how did they just disappear? That was my first observation. My second one was those things looked really bright and really big. And supposedly I looked on Google, they're farther than the ISS. And I'm just like,
and it's not even lights, right?
Over 300 miles away.
And it's not lights; it's reflection.
Oh, the reflection?
Yeah, they don't have lights on them, so that's why supposedly they disappears, because they go into the Earth's shadow.
It just happens so fast, though.
Yeah, the ISS does that too. If you ever watch the ISS, it will.
I haven't seen it yet.
There's a good site. Well, I use Transit Finder because I've filmed it go in front of the moon and the sun. But you go to Transit Finder, put in your location, it will tell you the upcoming passes in front of the sun or moon.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, so when you do that, then that's what's amazing, because you go out and sure enough, within a second or so, the thing appears. And nobody could know that you're doing that, right? Like, nobody knew I was going to go observe it. So people always tell me, oh, well, maybe you just got lucky, or maybe they knew. I was like, no. I purposely just kept it to myself. I went to that site, looked, when's the next one? Okay, this date, this time. Drove out there with my wife. We got there, set up the camera, set up the solar filter, pointed at the sun at the exact time, looking at my phone. And you can't really see, it's daytime, right? You can't see, it's bright. And then you kind of get in the car and look at what happened, and sure enough, the thing went by. So what that tells me, though, is that anybody along the path could have done the same thing.
Right.
So it is very interesting, but I think that there's a lot of possibilities. I've been looking into like electrical tethering. Who knows what they're able to do. It's their baby. They love the ISS. It's their proof. Even though, again, we've never even seen an astronaut go to a damn window.
Right.
So.
Okay.
But as far as the stars, I can't buy it. There's just no way you could see that far. It's insanity to think. They tell us if we stand at the beach 6 foot tall, you can see 3 miles to the edge of the horizon. And then you just look up a little bit at a star and you're looking trillions of miles all of a sudden.
Yeah. And the big thing with me is just like how fast they have to be moving. I mean, if everything else.
It's a good question. I wish I could bring up, I don't have Steam on this new computer, but if I can find that other thing, I'll talk about it next week. I had it, I don't know where it went, but it was like an online, basically like a Universe Sandbox kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I was playing with it one night recently on a show, and then usually I save all my links, but I don't see it. But anyway, you're able to pull back, you're able to look at things and kind of see, and then you can fast forward it. So maybe I can get the stars to move as well, the background stars. But in their mind, they're so far away. Remember, if you're talking about something 60 trillion miles away or 600 trillion miles away, then they get away with just saying, well, they just stay there. Because that distance from where we're at, we wouldn't see any kind of major movement. Especially because they would say all of that's moving together. So we wouldn't even notice, because it's crazy. I think the stars are very close. Another thing that people may remember, may not remember, my wife and I were doing a test at the beach, and the test was over. She was on one side of the beach, I was on the other. and we were just watching planes, because I don't know if you've ever done this. It's amazing to watch the difference in where planes are for two people when you're not that far apart. So if you're like 5 miles apart from a friend, go out at night and just kind of talk to each other. And when you see a plane, say, okay, I see a plane. It's flying from, if you can name a couple stars or something. It's so weird that the plane will be like here for you, but way over there for them. And one of the weird things that happened was we saw this plane going, and I said, oh, the plane's about to hit the second star of the Big Dipper. Yeah. And my wife's like, oh, okay, I see it going that direction. And then I said, pass it right now. And she's like, yeah, I just saw it. Like, yeah, where was it for you? She goes, the Big Dipper, the second star. I'm like, wait, in the exact same spot? So it's kind of weird because we started thinking, well, wouldn't that only be possible if they were close? Like you would think if it was far, we would see it differently. So anyway, something to look into.
Interesting.
All right, I'm going to let you go.
Okay. All right, thanks for your time.
Have a good one.
You too.
Troubling Tribune, you took my advice. You said I'm coming on the show. What's up? Good job you're doing on TikTok, buddy.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. I have you to partially thank for that. You know, when I first jumped on your first Speaker's Corner, I had like no followers, and my TikTok was just starting. I think I had like less than 50 followers on that, and then I got that Jeranism bump.
Did you pass me with the Jeranism bump? That's rude.
On the TikTok anyway, not on YouTube or any of the other platforms.
Okay.
But yeah, I did jump up to 10K, which was nice. So I like to flex that a little bit because I'm a Sagittarius.
Nice.
Big
all right.
ego.
10's a good number.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun weeding through these terrible arguments that the Globers have. It's absolutely astounding.
They're not great.
No, not at all. I feel you on the tooth pain, by the way. I also did not take very good care of my oral hygiene early on, and now I have to either pay thousands of dollars to figure it out or hopefully figure out maybe some natural methods. So I'm always hunting for one of those.
Yeah, I've been putting DMSO on my teeth, and I think that it helped because it kind of like, I don't know, maybe delayed this for about a year. I don't know.
What was it called?
DMSO.
DMSO.
Yeah, those
what is that?
Amanda Vollmer talks about it supposedly being like a regenerative liquid that would help you build back your teeth, I believe is what she says. So I tried it, and it does help with some of the pain, and it did feel like it was kind of healing it a little bit, but then I broke it. So, and I think that's because it had 5 cavities. If I was listening to the dentist right, because they didn't actually look at anything else in my mouth. They did like an x-ray of the side here, and then she's like talking about it. And then she's like something about 5 cavities. I'm like, oh, and the rest of my mouth? She said, no, in that tooth. Like 5?
Oh my God.
How do you have 5? And then she showed me on the x-ray like 5 little black spots, and then said, we can't save it. I'm like, yeah, I know that much. It's broken. I don't expect you to save it. So it's coming out Monday.
Well, good for you, man. That's awesome. Get that taken care of ASAP, because I don't wish tooth pain on my worst enemy. That's crazy.
No, it's the word. You can't sleep. It's like I never get headaches, and have had a headache for a week straight because of it. So it's not fun when you try and take care of everything else. But there's nothing you can literally do to a tooth that's already on its way out. At least that I know of. It's like, what are you gonna do? Brush it every day and just keep? I mean, that's not gonna fix it. So. Who knows? I think what I need to do is get just pure fluoride and just stuff it in my mouth and eat it and drink it. And then, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, if you get the 70, I don't remember what the percentage is, but the dentist can give you some stuff that's like super high percentage that you definitely shouldn't rinse with. And you can just gargle that for like 20 minutes.
And then I'll probably have the 8 IQ. Yes.
That's perfect.
Bob, you're right. DMSO does taste like crap. It's funny,
Maybe
Bob,
you'll get back.
When I went to the Giants game, whatever that was, Tuesday night, I remembered that my tooth was hurting. I was like, told Miss, let me go back in and get the DMSO. So I run back in the house, grab it, get in the car, and the first thing I do is like squirt it on the tooth. And I was like waiting for that bad taste. I was like, oh, it doesn't actually taste that bad. So we just drive up there. I'm like, but it's like, it doesn't feel like it's helping at all. And then I did it again, squirted it on the tooth. Nothing. I was like, it's weird. What's wrong? And then I look at the bottle and it's CBD oil. I was like, I grabbed the wrong thing. I'm just squirting CBD oil on my tooth. Pretty funny.
Oh my goodness. Well, I hear my music, so I didn't even really get to the point of
Go ahead.
why I called.
I'll let you go.
You got a chat.
You get an extra minute.
I appreciate it. Anyway, I appreciate you having me on as always. I did have a pretty funny story. I had a bet with my old lady. I was like, I bet you if I don't come on Jaren for like a month, he'll probably call to have me back on. And I was right. I don't know if it was exactly a month, but hey, I got the shout out. I think I'm the only caller from the Speaker's Corner to get that. Correct me if I'm wrong, so I'll take
Probably.
that
You
as
have
well.
one. I think you've been here every week. That's why. Maybe you missed one.
I missed a couple.
Okay.
It's actually been, I think it's been like 3 or 4 weeks actually since I've been on one. It feels like it's been
All right.
like it's
Well,
been a
maybe I
while.
see you on TikTok, then I feel like I see you there.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you watching. I try to promote your stuff every chance I get.
Thank you.
So I didn't really come with like a pre-prepared point, but one thing I thought was interesting that I kind of ran into was these Globers always talk about the Gleason map, because they try to say that well, for one, they flip the burden and try to say that we're claiming that this is the correct map and that we have to prove that map and all this other jive. But then they go on to say that Gleason actually knew that it was just a projection of the globe, and what they mean by that, of course, is that it like literally is the globe. So,
yeah,
but
I mean that's what a projection is, right? I mean, so Gleason wrote a book about the flat Earth. Now, I don't think he would have gotten away with that's why the map kind of says, it is kind of pulled from the globe. But again, we don't know if originally somebody knew that and then they made it into a globe and then back. It'd be a great deception.
Well, actually, I had an actual response for that because I read through the patent pretty carefully, and I picked out the parts that the Globers were specifically claiming that it, made it a projection. And the only thing that it says, interestingly enough, is that the longitude and latitudes correspond. And then it goes on to say that this extorsion, which is actually a really hard word to find in this context. I tried to find it in like a geographical context and couldn't find anything for it. So I had to break down the word. And I found out that it basically just means outward turning, which if you read the context of the sentence, it says this extortion from this extorsion from a globe. It doesn't say the globe, it says a globe. And we already know that he believed in a flat Earth. This extortion allows for the true positions to be represented between the two poles. Right. So he did say 2 poles, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a ball.
Again, if I was talking about it and I was saying that, if he's saying 2, he's just talking about the globe model.
Right. He's just equating it so that people know how to read it. He's not saying that this literally comes from this. No. And I think that this they try really, really hard to do this mental gymnastic because they just can't give us any single point, even if it doesn't, prove our claim one way or the other. Just what some guy believed.
The other day, somebody used me in a debate. They're debating Austin, and they're like, and Jaron Campanella, he proved. I'm like, holy smokes! Now, I mean, that's how desperate these guys are. That from a movie where they misrepresent me, they're using it in debates now. So it just shows to show you, people will do anything. They'll grasp at any straw. I get it. We're taking away their baby blanket. We're taking their ball, and it might be all that they have left. I know somebody said the other day, they're like, I don't agree with you on this. But to me, I said, everything else changes, right, in life. Your parents, changed. Probably they either broke up, or they separated, they died. Your grandparents are gone. Your teachers changed, your friends changed, your home changed, your school changed, your job changed, your car changed. The only thing that doesn't change is the good old ball Earth. So if you take that from somebody, they have nothing left. They really don't have anything else that they can call solid. And it's all the implications that come with it. I mean, if they're lying about the globe, then they're lying about everything. And I think even the Glober who has the IQ of most kindergartners' age, they would know that there's a problem there. They would know, like, uh-oh. So I think that they can't allow that thought to come into their mind. And in fact, my sister said the exact thing before, because I sent her the Nobody Died at Sandy Hook book. And I said, read this, tell me what you think. And then she kind of didn't for a couple of weeks. And then I said, hey, what, you never got back to me? And she said, yeah, I can't allow myself. It sounds great. All the evidence is there. But if I go there, I'm afraid of what comes after that. Then
what that sounds like?
Uh-huh.
That sounds like we must avoid the horror of a unique position.
Right. Well, especially somebody like that, where she works for a museum and she's a graduate student. So I can see where it could kind of like rip you to shreds. It's like if you are, especially if you're $100,000 in student loan debt, 90,000 now thanks to Biden handing out more money. So then that would just infuriate you. I mean, for me, I hated space. Never liked it at all. I watched some documentaries or something, but I never liked Star Trek or Star Wars. So I wasn't really giving up much. Right. It never made sense. I just kind of went along with it because everybody else did. And then when you started looking at it, you had questions. And then I specifically went to debunk it. I specifically said, oh, north-south circumnavigation. Show me a couple of those. It's over. Go there. You can't find them. There's that one. It took 4 years. The guy's been in court and admitted to fraud and to faking accidents. So I'm like, okay, that's not good. So then it was like from there, I just kept finding these things that said, okay, this one, like a cruise ship going from South America to New Zealand on a regular trip. Well, how is it making up speed if that's a larger area? Well, guess what? There's no cruise ships that go there. They all go up along Japan, around Alaska, down the coast, which would make sense on a round flat Earth. So it just seemed like everything's undersea cables. So, well, who would they have convinced to actually run an extra 3,000 miles of undersea cables when it's only supposed to be 6,000 miles and maybe it's 9 or 10? How would that happen? Well, then you go there. There is no undersea cables in the south. And the undersea cables, the way they are laid out, if you took it and bent it into a flat map, you'd be shocked it's almost like the wires are made for that. Let me show you here. So we're looking for under the sea. Under the sea. Oh, sorry. Under the sea cables. That's what I'll be. Under the sea. Not in the south, though. All right. So let's go images and see if I can find a good one I'm talking about. So, no, I don't want to do. I want to do like map. Under the sea cables map. Man, so many people messaged me during the show. All right, so let me grab this one. Move this over here. You'll see it too, I think. Move it down a little bit. Okay. So you can see here in this map that if we... Why is this such a bad picture? Maybe this one's better? Okay. So if you kind of picture taking this map and starting to bend it like Beckham, bend it into a circle azimuthal, right? You'll notice that you wouldn't actually break any cables. Okay. So this is bad because it doesn't show Australia to. This is better. Let me move this up a little bit. So kind of picture that. And now picture that we take all these continents and we wrap them into an azimuthal equidistant. And you'll notice that you're not going to break any cables. Okay. Meaning that as we bend this around, these cables will all bend around because you got this long one. It'll come around here. This one can come around here. This one's like got a bridge here. So it would come around. So oops, now I just screwed that up. So all the cables would be able to be still intact and be a flat Earth map. Now, if they had one cable going from New Zealand to here, you've broken it. Because how can we bend this out into a flat Earth map? It means either this cable was significantly longer than the globe would call for, which would call into question, okay, what did they do? They found some satellite communications company that they're like, oh, by the way, the Southern Ocean is way more expansive. It's hard for them to even mention that to anyone. So these things are weird. And it was always these things that kept coming up that was like, wait a second. Like, each time I'm like, well, this would prove it. Just like, okay, what about circumnavigation around Antarctica? Somebody yesterday sent me, or maybe I saw it in a comment and I never got back to it. But somebody says, come on, you guys, the solar drone or something. Is that what it's called? Solar drone. I forgot if that's what it's called. So there's this drone that went around supposedly Antarctica, like 13,000 mile trip. No, not that. I want a solar. What is it called?
You got me on that one.
There's like an ocean thing. It's like let me find it real quick because now it's gonna piss me off. It's got like a big sail. Yeah, there's called the wind and solar powered autonomous vehicle. Yeah, but what's the name of this one? So anyway, this one drone went around in 197 days. Okay, 197 days at 300. At 13,000 miles. Okay. So right away you can do the math on that, and we'll do 13,000 miles. Wait, actually I want to get hours. So we're going to do 197 days times 24 hours gives us 4,728. And then we take the 13,000 and divide by 4728. 4728. And we get 2.74. So it means that this little drone went 2.74 miles per hour around the Earth, and it took that long because there's no people on it, so it doesn't need to sleep. It just goes. But that's ridiculous because the current is 2 miles an hour around the Earth. So that means that the boat went 0.74 miles. No, what it looks like happens is that boat actually went probably 60,000 miles. So if it went 60,000 miles, then you can take it instead and go, all right, let's go 60,000 divided by 47.28. And we get 12.69. Doesn't that make more sense? The boat's going 12 miles per hour. It's getting wind. I heard on this one, I was reading the story and it's like, oh, the boat at times experienced 100 mile per hour winds. Okay, then that means the fucker's moving faster than 2 miles an hour. And the reason that everybody goes that direction when they circumnavigate is because it's the other way, you're going right into the wind. So people like to go east. And which means if you're going east and the wind's blowing behind you, you're not moving 2 miles an hour. So all these little things where it's like, okay, well, because people will use the Venn globe, but you go look at the Venn globe and it's like the person who gets first place averaged 4 miles per hour. And then you go look up their boat and it's like top speed 34 miles per hour. You're like, well, what the fuck? Why would they go 4? And I don't know if they're in on it. I don't know if they're in on it or if they're just, again, if you think you're going around a globe and you're out in the middle of the ocean, you can't tell how fast you're going. You're not going to know what the current is. You're just going to be like, okay, well, we're going. So you could circumnavigate and never realize that you were going 2x, 3 times as fast as they said. You can get back like 4. That's all we're going 4 miles per hour. Well, maybe you were going 12 miles per hour and you went 3 times as far. But again,
yeah, I think they would have to be. I think they'd have to be in on it on some level because, for one, they're experts in the craft. I mean, just you should be able to get a general idea of how fast you're going, and they know the top speed of your boat. It's a race. So, yeah. I mean, I just don't see them. No, let's anchor down. Let's only go like 2 to 4 miles an hour.
No, because they like break records. Win this race. Right? Yeah, they break records, so nobody's going to go slower. That's what's weird is, but why do they come back at such low miles per hour versus what the craft's top speed is? Oh, it's called a sail drone, SAILDRONE, and I believe they just had one in 2021 or something. And then the other ones got lost or something in the ocean. But one of them did make it back in 197 days. But to me, you can't go 3 miles per hour. The current is probably that much. With wind and the craft doing nothing, not powering itself at all, maybe it does that speed. So, and then it's got power on it. I mean, that's what it is. It's a solar thing. It gets solar power and then uses that to go. So, you know, I don't put much faith in any of those. I haven't seen one that can't be kind of dismissed. And again, they're not even close to the shore. So people wouldn't even know, like, well, wouldn't they know whether they're going right or left? No, not in the ocean. Picture yourself in the ocean with nothing around you, just ocean. That's what the Southern Ocean's like. You can't even tell what you're doing. You're not going to be able to tell how fast you're going or the speed, or you're just going to be hoping that you're aiming for a star or in a certain azimuth direction and do that. So anyway, I got to let you go. There's a lot of people waiting.
Absolutely. It's been fun. Thanks for having me.
Later. Let's go with Sacred Knowledge.
Yeah.
What up, dog?
It's Parker. How you doing?
Your sound is way off.
Oh, you can't hear me good?
No, it sounds like you're inside of a butthole.
Yeah.
Come out of the butthole.
I don't know.
I'm going to try somebody else real quick. Sagacious Bear, where you been?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Miss you, buddy. I haven't seen you since the old days of the Baby Truther show.
I know, the Baby Truther show, man. I missed that stuff. That was good.
A lot of people do. We may be having a comeback show soon. Stay tuned.
I'll be there for it. That'll be great.
Will be fun. We get Alex Stein back, the man, the myth, the legend.
Did you see the video of him eating that hot Dorito or whatever it was?
Yeah, that guy's always on my feed. He's coming up all over the place. He is laughs.
That was a good chuckle.
He is laughs.
So I called in because I've been filming some Saturn, some Jupiter, some of the moon lately, and obviously I don't subscribe to the heliocentric model at all, but Saturn's really got me thinking because when I view it, the rings of Saturn looks like it goes behind, as it making it look spherical. So I just wanted to, everything else in the sky is kind of.
I don't think it's wrong to say that the things in the sky look spherical. I mean, for me, the struggle I had is when somebody gave me a telescope. One day I was, doing something in the front yard, and the lens piece or the eyepiece fell off. And so I grabbed it, and you kind of see the glass. I was making sure it wasn't cracked or chipped. And as I was turning it, I looked through it like, what is that? And I noticed that everything was spherical. So like if I put the eyepiece to my car had a sphere. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why is this on a telescope? So I did some asking around, and people say, oh, because when you take the light from the sky and you let it all in this mirror and it recombines it, that it needs to go back to the normal. Like, what? Which, again, to them is a sphere. So they say, oh, we got to put it back to the normal, which, again, could be, I guess it's a good idea, right? If there really are spheres in space. But it's certainly a deception if there's not. So, but I agree. Saturn is weird. Jupiter and its 4 moons are weird. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I actually just started posting stuff on my channel. So if anyone wants to check out, I just did a Jupiter one last night. What I found weird was, like, in the time that I was filming Jupiter, I saw what I thought was 4 moons. I think they say there's like over 50 or 60 something moons for Jupiter, but
yeah, we only see the giant ones, I guess.
I saw 4 of them right in a line, and then by the time I was done filming, I only saw 3 of them. So I don't know what happened to the 4th one, if it ended up behind.
I think it takes a lot longer for that than that, but maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But
and it's funny, you know, I think Jupiter, I know for sure Saturn does. I'm not sure about Jupiter. They have moons that go the other way. So it means like 50 of their moons are going one clockwise, and like 4 of them are going counterclockwise. Why would that be?
Yeah,
Seems weird.
I don't know, like, even, you know, through all of the years of watching everybody's stuff, like, it doesn't seem like many people really come up with ideas as to what really is actually going on. I know it's difficult, but it's just really interesting. You know, we've got Jupiter, for example, where you can see little tiny things, what seem to be orbiting in the sky. I mean, whether it's plasma, whether it's, fill in the blank. It's just interesting to think about.
It is. It's one of the conundrums. And it's also like, it would work on a flat Earth. We just don't really know the distances. What are they doing? What is the point? So it's kind of one of those non-problem for me. At least I'm able to get past it. But I think all that stuff looks so bad when they send these. We've seen them put the same aurora on the top of it, right? We've seen, you know, they just basically reuse these images. They're sloppy, and I hope they stay sloppy.
Have you been noticing any moonrises out where you're at? Where I'm at, they've been red like every single night since the harvest moon. I don't know if that's maybe like,
we noticed it was red last time we saw it rise a couple days ago.
So I'm wondering every year around this time, rather, we get like super crazy red sunsets, and they say it's because of the forest fires out west.
Might be.
So I wonder if maybe something is going on like that with the moon too, where we're seeing a weird color because of that. But I don't know, just
I think that they say the atmosphere is red, and so it picks up all sunsets or something. I don't know. Their explanation works for most people.
Well, I know you guys probably got a bunch of people lined up, so I'll let you go. But I just wanted to get it out there about the Saturn stuff. If you want to check out my channel, it's just Logan Cook. Probably got the blood moon as my little logo. So.
Wait, is it just Logan Cook or Logan Cook?
Oh, sorry, it's Logan Cook.
Okay, thank you. All right, give us a call back next week, huh?
Yep. Have a good one, guys.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Let's see if Sacred Knowledge finished or fixed his microphone.
You there?
Yeah, there we go. Now we hear you good.
Sorry about that. Cool. How you doing tonight?
Great, thank you.
You've been busy. You had a lot of shows lately. I've been watching.
A few shows. We had the debate, and then today's show, and then another show tonight. So been busy.
Yeah, you're always doing stuff, man. It was funny. I was watching what you were saying about Nathan earlier. That was hilarious because it's true, man. He doesn't listen. I mean, it's really dumb that you guys are having that little argument because it just makes no sense to me. Yeah, it's a simple little thing. Basically, they're just talking about how the scientific method works, and everybody forgot about it. And then you're just talking about the fact that science messes up all the time. And then since they can't communicate properly, he has to yell and mute you.
Right.
It becomes a big old thing. You know, it's hilarious.
Yeah, if it was easy, just going on the show and saying, "Hey guys, here's what I'm saying is that we cannot ever prove anything because we have to know all." But the problem with that would be that I would just get muted and then call the fundy and said, "Oh no, you say science? We prove things every day. It's the only thing it does is prove things." And he yells really loud, so the audience is like, "Oh, he must be right. He must be on point, or else he wouldn't yell at people like that." Which isn't the case. He'll yell at anybody, even people in our own community who went out in a motorhome and drove around the country preaching flat Earth. And this guy's like, "You're an embarrassment to flat Earth." What? You're sitting there telling people how do my balls taste. This guy's actually doing work, going out, traveling around the country, and you have the nerve to say he's an embarrassment.
You
That's
start
an
to wo-
embarrassment.
yeah, you start to wonder where the line is, like entertainment and monetary, income, and then what are you really doing with the truth and all that stuff,
Yeah, and I don't mind people making money. I believe that just like anything on TV makes money, there's not, nobody's standing on TV not making money. So if you're providing something that people enjoy, then I think you should get reimbursed for it. Now,
Of course.
you don't then say, okay, well, I'm not making enough this month, so I got to go throw some flat earthers under the bus. That seems ridiculous to me.
Yeah, and I wanted to say Kara, that was a good show with Kara, and to tell her, shout out to her, but she needs to graduate from the narcissist college or whatever it is. And that's, you know what I mean? That's realizing that you have to get rid of them. They're never going to change, So I
Right.
hope she gets rid of that dude, but because he sounded pretty bad.
I tried telling her too. I'm like, you can't let him live in the driveway. She's like, well,
Yeah.
we don't have enough money for him to go somewhere else. I'm like, you have to make it happen. I mean, that's miserable. I can't imagine having that happen, then being like, oh, now they live in the driveway.
Oh my
Just
God!
weird.
You gotta, if he's a real narcissist, they don't, she's got to watch more videos and graduate from that.
It's a scary
Because
group of people.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I have much to
shit.
say.
I
Is
didn't
my
start your
up?
time, but let's say you have a minute left.
All right. I don't even know what to talk about. There's so many things, and when I think about like last time I wanted to talk about the Jesus thing, but you've done a great job with that. I like one inversion I'll throw in the Bible that makes no sense. That I see a lot of things that don't make sense, like you do. It talks about how the children, you'd be better off having a milestone around your neck and thrown in the bottom of the ocean if those who mess with children, right?
Right.
But if that's the case, then why don't you get all the pedophiles out of the top positions of government? You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Or the Vatican. Right?
Exactly. All the positions of government, they're in there, and like
That's why the
they're-
doctrine is scary, because the doctrine says that you're forgiven for your sins because Jesus took them on for them. So if you've been told you're a shitty person, you're not in God's good graces, God doesn't even want to look at you, and then you're like, well, I'm a sinner from birth anyway. So if I have these urges, what's the big deal if I just fulfill them and then pray to Jesus after and say I'm sorry? That's a scary
And-
thought.
Well, the real scary part is that stuff. I think those are just the byproduct of what the real trauma-based mind control that's happening in this realm on a
Mhm.
massive scale to the populations. So that's just a
Yeah.
byproduct and a cover story for the real deal. So I mean, that's basically this place is run with MK Ultra, and you can't talk about it, But anyway, peace and thanks for everything. I don't
Thanks,
know what
man.
else to say.
All right, have a good one.
One love.
Let's go with Sergio G in the house. Sergio. Or is it Sergio?
Hey man,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually calling you from Russia.
Hello, Mother Russia.
Yes, I've been following you for like maybe 2 years.
Nice.
And I used to live in California for 10 years. And when I moved to Russia, I got your channel recommended. So
Okay.
I keep looking.
Thank
I'm not
you.
by far a flat earther, but I really interested in what you're saying, and I think you are a very clever man.
Thank you.
And the position you have on things is very interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
because it's a lot
never-
different than everything else that we're told, for sure.
Yeah, I'm never sticking to any like isms, like scientism or Jeranisms.
Good.
I'm
And the ism
just,
would be you would be Sergioism.
yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, I'm not even pretending to be like any ism. I'm just
Right.
observer. You know what I mean.
Yes.
So the question I want to ask you is, did you read the Protocols of the Elders of
I
Zion?
did. I have, yes.
Okay, I really want to hear your position on that book.
I do not think it's fake, personally.
Yes, me too. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's too many things that seem to line up, and this is a tough one for me because I've gone down this road a couple times, and then I kind of get this: oh, are you being, am I being racist, if you will, or am I? It's not even the right word, but then you kind of have to look at it deeper, and you realize that what you'd have to believe, because everybody, at least growing up, I always heard people talk about the Jays. And every country's kicked them out, or at least 30 countries have removed them. There's all these issues, and then they just scream anti-Semitism, and we're all But if you look at, you're like, okay, well, either 30 countries are just being racist, 30 countries, and a bunch of people are just for no reason at all. People are not just for no reason at all like that. There has to be a reason. So you kind of look at it and you're like, well, what makes more sense? That it's just random countries and random people are just choosing this one group to demonize, or is there a deeper meaning behind it and a reason why? And if you go back and look at the writings from 1800s, 1900s, Henry Ford, people like that, you realize that those particular groups back then were horrendous, And again, to me, they believe that their Messiah is still to come. And they believe that their Messiah will come only once the world is in dire straits, meaning it's like the shit of all shit. Then, so it seems like they're going around trying to make the world the shit of all shit. They're trying to make it decrepit so that their Messiah comes back and they get the land that's been promised to them.
Okay, so one thought we have here in Russia that the Messiah, the Mashiach that they anticipated, it's not going to be the human. It's going to be the digital Leviathan, which is like a complete IT,
Wait, but who's? But you mean that Israel believes that?
No, we in Russia,
okay.
the
like the Orthodox Church, or
no, just the how do you call them?
I don't know.
The clever people of the thinkers of in
okay.
Russia.
Okay.
Believes that the artificial intelligence is the new Messiah because they build in all the 6Gs all over the planet.
Right.
So in Book of Zion, they say it's gonna be like the network covering the whole planet or the whole plane, the network with the dome, So
I don't put it past them.
We think that's the Mashiach is going to be the artificial intelligence. Sorry, I ran out of the time, right?
Yeah, I talked a little bit, but I guess I'm confused what you mean by that because. So what explain that again?
They feed simple people. We're waiting for Mashiach, which is going to be the person, the Putin, the Zelensky,
right.
the Biden, or anyone like that. But they never tell you the truth. So we think that the Mashiach is going to be the artificial intelligence.
Okay, I kind of don't get that. I don't know what you mean. So the people that are waiting in Israel for the second coming, they're going to think that the AI is that?
Yes. That's why they build in all the networks all over the place, like 5G, 6G, like the face recognition and everything like that. So, I mean, if you think about it deep enough, I think that's a cool, deep thought, because if like no one gonna believe any new leader, if you know what I mean.
No.
Yeah.
You're talking. Yeah, I've always thought that about too. The Antichrist, they say he'll come, and it's like, well, people would recognize that. You've already told them the story.
But you not expect artificial intelligence.
That's true. You would not expect that.
And that's like BlackRock has the Aladdin system.
Yes,
that's the part of it, and they're gonna build the whole thing around it. And like everybody is like believing the thing, the artificial intelligence right now, because Facebook, like all the algorithms and stuff.
Sure.
So we intellectuals in Russia think that the new Mashiach is going to be artificial intelligence. And I want to send this thought to you, to like my brother American people, because we are all brothers.
Yes.
We are all together in this. And I love you.
We're cousins. We're cousins.
Yeah, we're cousins, yes. But we love each other. I think.
We're all led by oligarchs. We're all led by psychopaths, and we have the numbers. We just don't know how you go about defeating governments when they've amassed an army that could destroy the world.
Yeah, you know what about the army? Like all the world right now thinking like we choosing this president, but we're not. We are.
Putin's been there for how many years now?
Yeah, like 20, 25, 30 years, something like that.
Is there an election every couple of years or no?
We're saying here, when there is an election, you come to the TV and say, yes, I agree.
That's the election. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
how I.
you don't want to be lied to like us, where we actually go to a booth and think it fucking counts, and then you.
Yeah, no one goes to the booth. No one goes to the booth. But as we say here, we didn't elect this government and we didn't elect this power, but we are how do you call it when people got over you, like well, forget it. We're like hostages here.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
And Ukrainian people right now is hostages.
What do you think is going to happen? What is the end goal here? How do you see it playing out? I guess is what I'm asking.
We're thinking that's the play of the artificial intelligence. We call it Leviathan here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Do you know?
Yeah,
the word?
it's like a big dinosaur kind of looking thing.
Yeah, so it's like a digital artificial Leviathan who like predicts everything, like Aladdin of the Black Rock company, right? But the politics things and everything, we cannot do anything about it. But you know, let's hope people will recognize this thought and will see what they're doing to us, and will, because it fits of our how do you call it? It fits of our внимание, внимание, which is I forgot the word. Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah. So it fits of, if you look at it, it fits of your consequence, consciousness.
Okay.
Yeah. So look the other way.
Yes.
Like look to your relatives. Look to your love. Yes. Your last video. What you think, it's what you attract, right?
Mm-hmm. For
so
sure.
if you look to your loved ones and love your kid, love your maverick, love your wife, and complete your your life with positive things.
Yes.
This Leviathan cannot exist. You know.
I agree with that. That's why I say about Satan. People say, "Well, Satan exists, demons exist." I said, "Well, not to me because I don't believe them."
Yeah.
And that's all you need to eliminate those from your life. If you believe in them, then you're welcoming them to interact, possibly take you over. So if you just don't believe, then it's literally impossible that they can do anything.
Exactly. So Jen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's
Thanks for
my honor to speak with you like live like this.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I hope this thought can give you any value with your.
I think it did. Tell Putin I said hi. Okay.
Okay, I will call him. Like
Later.
Vladimir, Javan, say hi. Okay, stop the operation. Please.
All right, we've got. Oops, did I bring on? Effie Ninja. Whoa.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Sorry. Am I too loud?
Oh, for a second I thought you were Jim Brewer. Can you do a Jim Brewer impression? You probably can.
I probably could.
Go ahead.
So I
I'll
was
start.
asking this to Ken Wheeler just in his comments. During a half moon, can we use any device like thermal or infrared to bring back the detail in the dark half of that moon?
Yes, you can just use a regular camera and a slower shutter speed,
and it'll bring back all the craters and all that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say bring back. I mean, you can see that the rest of the circle is there and the spots are there.
Okay.
Because I used to think the same thing. I thought that maybe that was a lie or something, but it's not.
Yeah, because I was looking up infrared and thermal. So okay.
But I don't know if I've ever seen that actually done.
Yeah, because I wanted to find out what to Google on the YouTube.
Right.
You know, we went to the Titan Missile Museum about 2 months ago. That whole thing, the entire Cold War, was the education process to get people to think they live on a globe.
That's good.
You know, the whole thing, they taught the Chinese about ICBMs, they taught the
nukes.
English
They talked about nukes too.
Yeah. So they're, get under your wooden desk and hide because the city's going to explode, yeah, that thing with Bryant, that was a ball buster, man. He should have done some homework.
He said he did. I mean, I felt bad when it was 4-on-1. Originally, it was supposed to be 2. Then we added a 3rd. Then we added a 4th. And I guess I just thought it was going to be a friendly kind of conversation. That's how we wanted it to go. So I didn't think he was going to be so about, because that frustrates me. It's just listen, just shine us on, listen, and be like, nah, I can see that. But to pretend like it's ridiculous and that, where's the equations for that? Where's the peer review paper? It's like, are you kidding me? How would that ever pass?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
He
ridiculous.
didn't even like watch some of Dave's interviews or nothing. Like nothing.
He
You
said
know?
he did, but I just don't think he
It's
buys
weird.
any of it. And this is the thing. So Ken Wheeler said something awesome one time. He said that really intelligent people never go looking for answers that they already think they have answers to. So you've got these people that think that they're mental giants or whatever you want to call it, or math giants or math. They think that, and so they propel themselves up the ladders, and they just think that they're impressive. And I don't see it. Not to me at all.
Yeah. Flat Earth took me a while too. I'm sure it did a lot of people.
Yep. I told my wife she was dumb. What are you, stupid?
Yeah.
There's no way.
But once you get it, you're like, holy crap! I'm looking at Kabbalah and
Yeah. And then, like you
religion
said,
and where it
each
came
step
from
you
on
keep
that end.
going, each step is just like more confirmation of all this stuff too, because it's all, relevant.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna get off.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
That's perfect
Darren.
timing. We've got about another 25 minutes. Let's go with Dean P. Dean,
Hello. How are you
welcome.
doing?
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm relaxed. I've had a couple of glasses of wine.
You seem relaxed. That's good. Where are you
very
at?
good.
What country?
I'm in Colombia at the moment. I'm in Cali.
California?
No, Cali, Colombia.
Oh, Cali, Colombia.
South America.
Now I hear Colombia
Well,
women
you
are
can probably
the.
tell from my accent I'm not from Colombia.
Okay. Colombia, I hear, has some of the best women on the earth. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's lots of nice ones, but they're very complicated.
They're very complicated?
Yeah.
Because they don't speak the same language as you.
No, pero yo hablo castellano.
Oh, wow.
Muy- tú
Muy
también, ¿no?
impresado, yes.
But yeah, I've been a fan for quite a while actually.
Thank you.
And I got into the flat Earth stuff after I managed to leave the UK when I realised that COVID was a con. It was all a farce.
Well, yes. Kind of.
So
He's
that was
kidding.
the
It's a
big thing that
joke.
woke
He's
me up.
joking. It was it's the worst pandemic of all time. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, with a death rate of 98.9%.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, a survival rate.
Everybody
of
get your vaccines and
98.9%.
boosters because you cannot live without them. Basically, is what
Oh, yeah.
I heard from J&J.
But my plan, I mean, I spent a year trying to convince people not to go ahead with the vaccines.
The
And then at the end,
Jacksine,
I
yes,
said, I said, go and get your booster. Go get your second booster. Go get the flu shot. Get the combined shot. Go for your monkeypox.
How are they so good at setting things up so that they always win? Like, I couldn't believe it when the flu went away. I was like, oh, this is so great. Talked to my sister. I'm like, look at last year, 200,000 deaths. The year before that, 197,000. And this year, 4. It's like, don't you see what happened? She goes, yeah, that's because we all put on masks. I'm like, oh boy.
Well,
oh boy. I mean, it's just
the masks didn't do anything, don't we?
no, and it's just so
Yeah,
now
absolutely
by
nothing.
putting on masks, we got rid of the flu. Give me a break.
Yeah. So the holes within the mask are 5,000 times bigger than a virus.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
So
stays in there. It knows
with a
it knows
fever
to
in-
stay in there. It's very good at seeing its wall and just I'm not leaving here. It's amazing things.
I think the people that run the world, I think they realise that the majority of people are stupid.
I think so too. I think that's why they're so brave. Is that they think they can't be stopped at this
No,
point.
Well,
and they might be
they're-
right.
they're-
To be honest with you,
they're
might be
doing a better job than us, aren't they? Let's face it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because we trip all over ourselves. I mean, we have no structure, which is all by design. I guarantee that's why they have these websites. It's government web. It's like they took over the peripherals so that there's nobody else who can come in and play in their game, which is BS.
And also, I think in terms of the game, it's edged towards them, isn't it? They've got all the media, they've got all the governments, they've got everything.
Oh,
They've
it's
got all
ridiculous.
The cash that we're giving them.
I'll get so pissed
know?
if one more person asks me why we have no map of the earth. It's like dipshits. It took 300 years from 1500 to 1850, basically, with government money from every country just to map each country's coastline. Like that's all government money. And so the entire heliocentric system was built on government money. And
it's not government money, it's our money.
It's our money, exactly. And
Yeah.
so the problem with that is, well, then there's just not anything left. So I originally thought when I started doing this, okay, we'll get enough people behind us. There'll be some people from all walks of life who will say, yeah, let's investigate this, and then start demanding papers and demanding FOIA requests. But everybody just sits on their hands and is like, oh, well, what are we going to do? It's like, well, we got to do something.
Well, what can we do?
Oops.
I think it's a losing battle, but I think more and more people are waking up.
I think people are waking up. I think COVID actually woke a lot of people up.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that.
Absolutely.
Where is my mic? I mean, my camera. I don't know why it went off. There it is. So I think that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, I'm hoping, but I'm also kind of keeping some contingency plans, like a get out of here quick plan, or, you know, just because you never know. I mean, I think food shortages are probably likely coming pretty soon.
Well, yeah, that's why I started growing things on my balcony.
Good. Yeah. We've got canned food that maybe lasts us
3 months before you get like a harvest.
Right. Yeah, my dream is to live on a property with land, and then just a whole bunch of fruit trees. You know, a plum tree, peach tree, every type of tree. I could live off that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's an ideal.
That's an ideal. I know. I don't like to think too high in the sky, but sometimes you can manifest what you want. So maybe it's already done. Maybe that house is just waiting for me to sign the paperwork.
Well, if everybody dies of the jab, then there'll be plenty of property available.
That's a good problem. That's a good point. You can pretty much walk down any street and pick whatever house you want to live on.
Yeah. Or just get yourself a boat and just go wherever you want.
I'll go to the White House.
Yeah.
I'll live there because I think the
guy...
guy...
Don't go to the North Pole or the South Pole.
No. The guy at the White House will be probably gone.
Well, he's going to be dead soon, let's face it.
He might be dead now, to be honest.
Yes. Yeah, he might have been dead 10 years ago.
It does not look like the same guy, I'll admit it. But the same mannerisms, same voice. And the one that gets me about them cloning or whatever would be, how do you convince his friends? And like, imagine if you've worked in the Senate with him for 50 years, and then all of a sudden he comes in one day and you're like, what's up, Joe? And he's like, what? Who are you? Like, you can't teach somebody. Nobody can teach. Like, if somebody was going to take my place, they wouldn't be able to teach the fake me all the relationships I know. So eventually somebody would come up to me and say, hey, how you been? And then I'd have to play dumb. Like, oh, I remember you. You know.
Well, he's playing dumb, but he's quite obnoxious anyway.
He's obnoxious.
And his older self was quite obnoxious.
Yes, he's like that neighbor who comes out and he stop playing wiffle ball on my grass. Get out of here. You're going to hit my truck. So, old man sniffs children and is generally just a puppet. Very much a puppet. All right, I'm going to let you go.
All right, nice to meet you.
You too. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.
Ciao.
Later. We've got Wheelchair Bear. What up? How do I get rid of this? How are you?
Good to see you.
You get an extra 20 seconds, it looks like.
I do. Okay.
I don't think. Wait, do we already listen to the music? Oh, we already listened to it. Okay, now I'll give you 20 seconds. Go.
So during the trucker convoy here in
psyop fake. Oh, sorry. That's what I hate.
I was getting out of the van to do some drone footage at one of the police check stops, and somebody said, "Hey, Wheelchair Bear," because they saw me on a podcast earlier on the Plaid Army. Wow. So I don't know the Plaid Army. You've never heard of the Plaid Army?
No, I have. I just said, wow. I mean, I've only been recognized one time in my life from YouTube, which is a person came and knocked on my car window, like, "Are you Jeranism?" I'm like, "Yes, we can help you." So I watch your show, but that's it. One time.
Really? Like, well, it was because I was on another guy's podcast that just more people watch, but it's like they came up with this, Jeremy McKenzie came up with this flag. Now it's considered a hate symbol. It represents the states and provinces from Alaska to Florida.
Okay.
They're mostly, I don't know if you can say conservative or right wing, whatever.
Conservative, fine.
But anyways, now it's become a hate symbol. It's the reason why they
very hateful
invoked the Emergency Act in Canada, which is the War Measures Act. So they basically, Canada declared war on a fake country. And so, but there's a lot of crossover, people that watch you and Owen Benjamin, and then the Rage. It's called the Rage Cast, or
I think I've seen it.
And so, yeah, it was kind of cool that that somebody recognized me and then asked if I was the same one that was on your show.
Oh, they
Back
asked
when
that?
you did the what was the Baby Truthers show that we used to go on. So yeah,
That was a fun show. I do
So-
miss that. I miss GNN, to be honest with you. And
yeah, I
think-
liked it too.
I think if you tune in on, now I don't know the date. I think it's the 29th. No. Yeah, maybe. Whatever the mission launch date is for NASA going to the moon, we're going to be doing a live broadcast as announcers. We got hired by NASA to announce the rocket launches. So Dave Weiss and I are going to do it, and Caleb, I believe, from TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And are you going to do it as like GNN, like a kind of a joke one, or you're
Yeah, but it will be a playoff of NASA.
Yeah. Okay.
So it won't be
That'll be
GNN,
cool.
but it will be maybe NADA or something like that.
It was funny how a lot of people didn't catch on to the sarcasm.
No,
or
and then I got
whatever,
people.
right?
The reason we stopped it is because people were like upset. Like people were like,
I know.
They either thought it was real or they said we're doing more damage than good, and people are going to stumble on that and think that we're being serious. And I thought we were like way over the top.
Well, you were.
Yeah.
And I thought that your viewers were, basically smarter than that.
Yeah, me too. And I never know, is it trolls messaging you? Is it people trying to fuck with you or what?
Yeah,
but I get it.
maybe.
It kind of ran its course for a little while. It was fun. And then, but I like the idea behind it because when I go back and watch those episodes, I really laugh. Alex is hilarious when he has his bloody nose and he's falling backwards in his chair. And Crumb's funny.
Yeah.
Right? Crumb had all his sports things. That was great.
Yeah, it was really funny. But I guess we can go back and watch it on Odyssey or even YouTube, eh? Maybe. I'm not sure.
Say again?
Okay. Well, we can go back and watch the replays. They're still on, aren't they?
Yes.
Like on Odyssey or whatever.
Yep. I was all there.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Talk
that's
to you
my
soon.
time. Talk
Take
to
it
you
easy.
later. Thanks.
Bye. All right, we're going to shut down the show. I'm going to show you one thing because I see people talking about it again, and I just want to put it out there and see if it makes sense to people. And then if somebody wants to refute it, please do. Oh, my camera keeps going on. What is going on with this? Bad day for OBS, man. I don't even see it now. Where did it go? The webcam solo. Got it. All right. So I'm going to shut down the StreamYard. I'm going to turn off the logo, this thing. Get rid of that. And we're going to, if you haven't seen yet, Bart Cybrell, he has a channel called Bart Cybrell. And there's a video recently from September 13th that is called The Moon Landing Hoax Confession. And this guy, I guess, has passed away, and he gave this tape to Bart a while back and said, when I die, please show this. And it talks about his dad who was involved in the moon landings. And there's some interesting points here. We know the location. We know people that were involved. So I wonder if we could ever order like a FOIA request for deliveries that week or something. If they got a delivery full of a bunch of rock and sand and moon plaster, probably tell us something pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Let me see if I can find this real quick, and we will. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put this up here. That one's fine for now. And what size did I say? Huh? Oh, one. I was trying to read my own writing. Like 1,000 wind gust. Oh, I get it now. So what else did you have for us? Come on, I gotta look for this. Where is that? No, I don't think I'm gonna be able to locate it. Yeah, I'll just do this one. Okay, so a lot of people have issues with. Oh, you can see still. Weird. So a lot of people have issues with the sun setting south of west and rising south of east in the southern summer. So I want to show you why I think that is, how I explain it, and that's why it's baffling, because anybody who doesn't like the Gleason map all says the same reason. Number one, they say the sun doesn't circle. Talked to a guy today. He's in my Telegram. I talk to him almost every day. He lives in the northern part of Russia, not far enough that he gets the 24-hour day. He gets a 2-hour day. So at a certain time of year, which would be the summer solstice, then he sees the sun pop over the southern horizon for about 2 hours and then goes away. Okay. So he says 100% the sun circles around him. I mean, you standing in Alaska, you're going to see the sun going left to right. You're going to see it go around. You can come back. And then as it goes out towards the south, you're going to lose more and more and more of its ability to be up in the sky. So, but we don't ever see like star trails from the North Pole, like right underneath it. Why not? I've had that question for a long time. You think it'd be great to have, but they just don't have it. So let me bring up Google Earth real quick and then we'll be done. And again, write me if you want, t.me/Jeranism, if you think that I am incorrect. Because this is their big one, right? Wolfie's done videos on it. Everybody's done videos on it. Oh, look, we just need to go out there on look 270 east and everybody will see that it's setting. And they want to use that as proof of the globe. And I'll show you where the folly is there. Move this over here and see what we're looking at. We can go, wait, what? I'll go full size this way. Snappy poo. Okay, now we'll zoom out. All righty. So what they're basically saying is in Australia, here, let's put ourselves on the west coast here. Okay, we're going to drop a pin there. Stop it. Drop a pin. Where did you put it? It doesn't know name. Just okay. Wait, where'd it go? Well, that was weird. Drop a pin, I said. Pin. Oh, it's way down there. Is there another one? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this one here, we're going to drop a pin. Let's put it here on the west coast. Come on. Oh, boy. Grab it. There we go. So I'm just going to put him here on the west coast. I'll probably put him right underneath the tropic line. So is that where the tropic is? What would it be? 66 degrees? No. Tripping here. What is it? That'll be fine for now. Anyway, so we got this one. Now we're going to hit save on that one. So where did it go? There. So the problem that I don't think people see is that, hold on, is that the equator? No, it's lower. So somebody like this, who's standing here, who is going to watch the sun set, okay? And they say, or let's go to this guy here, he's easier. So they say this guy looking out over the water sees the sunset right to left and go down underneath around the earth. Whereas on a flat earth, we would expect to see the sun kind of come this way and head off this way, right? On a globe earth, you're going to basically see the sun do this. So those are the two differences. And they just dismiss one because they say we can't possibly be the center. And so they just do everything through the other caveat, right? But there's a problem with that. And here it is. So if you're standing here and you're going to watch the sun, let's change the date to, let's go to December 31st when it would be at its smallest. Hold on a second. Where are we at here? This one? Yes. Okay, so we're going to go get some night. Oops, we have to minimize this a little bit. That's too far. Let's see how far that is. Okay. So that's about a day's worth of, okay, we'll keep this on. So now, if this person's going to watch the sun set, okay, that means that they're going to be watching it 90 degrees. Now, most people think that 90 degrees is this way, right? So, like, okay, he's looking directly at 90 degrees. But if you look at that, or sorry, it could be 270. But if you look at that number, it's 266.36. And as you go up here or down, that's 280. That's 242. So again, this is the problem, is that this line can't be drawn correctly on here. It should go with the globe size, right? So let's back out a little bit more and see if we can wrap this around. This one here, go. Okay, and up the night side. I can turn that stuff off, but I guess I can't. And then we got to go all the way to, oops, where did we start? We got to see what latitude we started on. What? Is that a lot? 50K, what? 49 LGH? What was that? 49 LGH. 49 L, oh wait, what did I say? LGH? L, not K. LGH. What's this thing doing? 45 KL. Huh. Okay. Not working too well. All right. So what I was trying to point out is remember the sun is setting south of here, which doesn't make any sense if the sun is going around, say this line here was the tropic. But the problem with that is that you have to remember that when this person faces east, so we're drawing a line back from this person. You can still see okay? Oh, no, I need to pull it out. Wait, whoops, hold on. I see what happened. I went full screen this way. Stop it. Yeah, move this. Come on. What is it doing? Oh, 1 second. I think I went full screen somehow. What? So weird. This thing's full screen. I won't get out of there. F11? There we go. Fix it. I fix. All right, so we're going to move this. Otherwise, there's nothing working here. And you can see it. Nope, you still can't see it. All right, we'll move it this way a little bit. This way. There, now you can see it. And there. Okay, so if we get in here, and we're looking at this guy here in Australia, and he's going to look 270 degrees west, because let's say he's going to watch the sun set. Okay, so we're going to take this, and we're going to go, come on. Line, yes. All right, so we're going to take this. Now we're going to draw this at 270 west. Okay, so we're going to go 270 west, and we know that that ends up at the equator. Okay, what is going on? Last miles there. Okay, so 270 west is up here, is 270. I want to turn on the grid real quick. View, grid. Wait, what? Why aren't the numbers on there? Okay, that makes no sense. So we want to go 270, or the equator. I mean, oh, I know what that's under. That's under borders and labels. Nope. Photos. Nope. It's all check marked. Huh. All right. So which one's the equator? Doesn't it go right through? So it's this one. Okay. So if we draw that line from here to 90 degrees, it's going to be, or sorry, 270 that's 257, 262. Okay, that's 270 degrees right there. Okay, so we're going to save that. So what you'll notice is if you get behind these guys and look where they're looking, so that is east. Okay, so if the sun is going around the tropic of Capricorn, then I could see where this person is going to be down like this, looking off in this direction. But if the sun sets south of that, they're going to say, oh, it's setting south of east. But what they don't realize is they're actually looking north, right? I mean, they're actually looking not dead east. Now, this is the same for everywhere. I mean, no matter where you are at, if we were to draw lines, if we started here, every one of these lines would go to the same place. There, 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 which means east and west are actually directional based on the globe. So there's people out there who say, oh, that it couldn't possibly happen that the sun sets south of east and rises south of west. Sorry, the other way around. But it is feasible because, again, I know this is hard because we are used to a flat earth map and I've kind of given up on this thing making any sense. But again, if we stood here and we draw the line tool again for this time 90 degrees, let's say we're in Sydney. Okay, so we go Sydney and we go 90 degrees. Now you'd think 90 degrees from here should be along this line. But you notice they even send the line out the other side. Like, what's going on? And again, it was up there for a while. Let me see if we go over here. So hopefully that makes sense what I was trying to say. I don't know how to best word that for people. How do I get it through their heads that if you were staring directly east and the sun was coming from behind the ground there and going behind the ground there, I could see there being some issue. But it's just kind of like a word issue, right? How do you guys see it? I don't know. Pretty crazy. All right, so and you can barely see that, man. Get that globe up there. Hopefully you guys saw the rest of it. It's again, it comes down to why is it that every single direction points at not every direction. North south is fine. North and south, if somebody's south of you, you're north of them. If you're north of somebody, they're south of you. But as far as east west, it's a holy hell nightmare. Let's see, this is 7,000 miles, 90 degrees would be about there. So that's 6,124 at 90 degrees. So we can build a pretty good fan base, even like, people here. But again, you'll see that this is pointed to the globe. To the equator. This is pointed to the equator. This was kind of a straggler. So if that's true, then when these people are looking east or west, again, remember that this is where the sun would be rising on this line here. So if you're standing here looking And by the way, I just realized that we're not even at the right date. We would want to go all the way to December. Okay. You can see the sun way over there here. Can I get over here till December? Go, 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 go. Okay, that's about 11:25 or so. So again, I think there's so much here that you could draw these lines here, here. So they tell us like everybody on the globe looks the same direction and sees that sun or the eclipse or whatever. But it's not really true. It's they think that they're looking in the same direction, but they're actually looking at the same image. Does that make sense? Who knows? All right, we got it. We're at 9 o'clock. I said I was going to be done. I'm tired. I've got Glowbusters in the morning. And it's been fun as always. Try and think of something new to talk about next week. Bring something to the table. Or we're going to have to put a new show in. Probably a NASA Comedy Hour. Probably need a spacewalk. Probably going to fix the radiator. And just remember, let's always be scientific, all right? It's been fun, guys. I think that's it. Again, go to my store, shop.jeranism.com, get a consultation, get a USB drive, free with a donation of $40. Get a second USB drive, get my Jeranism content on a USB drive, and many other things will be coming. Again, that Telegram group where all that stuff will be uploaded will also be coming soon. I just need to get it all loaded and get some tags in there so it's easily searched. That will be dope. All right. Much love to you guys. I do remind you, as always, please do. Oh, wait. Let me go check real quick if I got any lovely tippers. If not, that is okay. We will get by. I didn't use the phones tonight. Yeah, we got something right. $25. Let me see what we got. Thank you guys very much. Help keep the show running. We've got Stephanie Fox. I like that name. Thank you very much. You should use that time to speak to me. We've got Thomas Little. $10. He says, support what you like, or it will go away, people. Seriously, not that hard to donate. A few bucks to keep this going. Thanks, Jeranism. Thank you. I appreciate that. I wish it was a different world. I really do wish like that, there was some, I would even run it. Like if there was some way that we could fund certain flat earth, because here's the thing. I don't want to talk about this stuff every show I do. I could just tell in Austin's voice he doesn't want to talk about this stuff, but it's literally the only way that we can do it. Because if we don't ask for it, nobody gives anything. So then we're stuck doing this all day and then we have no money to. So to me, it's like, I would wish that, we could get, how many people would it take? Is there 1,000 flat earthers that could give $5 a month? I would think so. That's $5,000. It could be split between 2-3 people. That's kind of a base to where people like me or Austin or whoever else is doing this, Hibbler, people like that are doing it, trying to do it full time. Right now, my life is frantic because I'm trying to do my store, trying to get these USBs shipped out. I still have consultations coming in slowly, but they do still come in. You've got YouTube, you've got Rokfin. So I'm just being pulled in so many different directions just to keep my head above water. I can't lose any one of them, right? If I lose YouTube, I'm in trouble. If I lose Rokfin, in trouble. It's all a game of cat and mouse. So to me, I wish we could come up with like a fund. And the thing is, I'm not saying I want to be in charge of it because this is the problem with this community. Everybody's a shill. Everybody's stealing from everybody. Okay, I don't need to be in charge of it. Somebody else can do it. But the idea of like food trucks, not like outside your, at the corner, like a food truck like that. But the idea behind that, I think, is doable. I think that we could, I don't know. I think we can change the world, to be honest with you. But we are up against it. And what is that? Okay, I got to fix that. So anyway, with my store and everything going on, I'm just crazy busy. And I'm not saying I would be in charge of it because I think it would be great to have, what if we had 5 or 10 people that were doing this full time where you could count them? Maybe they're doing a show every day, but if they don't have to constantly get on there and be like, oh, donate, oh, super chat me. Because if I was making enough to live, I'd turn all that shit off. I don't want anything. It's a pain. I hate selling myself. I hate having to say, donate, go to my store. I hate all that. I don't want that. But there's really no other way. And that's frustrating. Because what would it take? Let's say 10 people were to get, well, see, that's a lot. What about 6 people? Again, that's a lot. So I don't know. The problem I've seen, like I've had people ask me, why don't you do fundraisers for this or that or sending it? I'm like, because I'm almost embarrassed that I have a feeling that because a lot of users don't want to put their name attached to conspiracies. So I'm afraid that we would do some big GoFundMe rah this, rah that, and we need only $170,000, and we get like 400, because that's just a field day for Globers. They can't even fund their own experiment, even though those guys never funded shit. Everything was government run. That's what sucks. So anyway, I am heading out. Much love to everybody, and be good to each other and all that stuff. We will see you tomorrow, 12 noon Pacific, for the one, the only Globebusters. And that is that. Let me look one more time here to finish this off. We've got FE Nation says, Jaren, go to the middle of the ocean on the Google Earth and get an elevation, and then go to the nearest shoreline and get the elevation. Yeah, well, it's 0. We know that. And I want to see something weird, though. Let me see if it still does something. Adriana Quintana, thank you very much for the $5. This used to do this, and I don't know if it will anymore. Can you see this or no? Let me go over here. Zoom out a little bit, and let's see if we can move this up. What? Hold on. It didn't work. Nope. Move it up. Okay, move this over. And move it back. It's like super zoomed in. What is this on? A video main scene? Nope. Browser. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, this one works. Use that one. Okay, so we've got. Oh, stupid thing. There we go. Come up there, stay there. All right, we got this globe. Cool. So if we flip it correctly, or what I guess what we call correctly. So you can actually take this bar and make it speed up or slow down, but I still think there's a better one. I'll get you the name of it. It's an online. I was just looking for it, couldn't find it. But you could have all these planets and everything, and then you can speed it up to a certain speed, slow it down, tell it what to do, launch it, have rocks thrown at it, and see what happens. It's all like a modern. That's why I think the universe is inside of a supercomputer, courtesy of Edward. No, not Edward Bernays. Who's the guy who came up with information theory? Come on, Jaren. Obviously, I'm losing it. What is the guy's name that came up with information? Claude Shannon, which to me seems alien. It really does. If you really think about it, how the hell did somebody figure out that you could take things that we say, things that are images, things that are videos, you could turn them into bits, then scramble the shit out of them, send them in like near light speed time to another part of the world where that device knows to recombine the pieces into the video that you just sent. That's magic. I hate to tell you that, but it is magic. What else is it? What is causing us to be able to send pots of food? That's just funny to me. Seems like magic. Do I have anything else? All right. I got to run. Thank you for the tips. You guys are very kind. And I think I'm missing something. What was that last tip? Oh, the middle of the ocean. And do that. Yes, let me show you. We'll do that. So what I've seen before here, let me turn off the grid now. Tools, grid, view, grid off. View status bar off. Okay. And you can see this, I hope. Yes. All right, here we go. So now, ouch. Here is the problem of all problems. All right. If you have this globe, hold on a second. I see somebody messaging me here. What? Nope. 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 All right. Okay. So on here, if we go to the date line, which is right here. Okay. I used to draw what you do is a path. Oh, you can't see my little thing. So, oops, over here. There you go. So you pick path on your tool, and I would go back and forth like this. Okay. And I was just trying to cross the international date. Oh no, I want elevation profile. You have to click that. All right. So I'd go back and forth across the date line like that. Are we crossing it? Looks like let's see, go this way and then back this way. All right. And then if you tools, grid, I'll turn the grid back on, grid, and I'll turn the sun off. Thank you. All right. Where is isn't it usually on here? I feel like I'm missing something. View, toolbar, status bar, full screen, overview map. What's overview map? No, not that. Tool, what am I missing here? Overview, atmosphere, scale legend, sun, historical imagery, water surface, explore, reset, make my own start location. That's it. Start navigation. I don't remember how we used to do this. So wherever that date line was coming down, which I think is like here, and then it kind of gets jagged. Oh, there you go. Now it's starting to show up. Why is it that the ocean is level and flat until you hit? So like, watch, you can see that my mouse is moving around. Where is that stuff? Oh, there it is. So do you see that red line? Watch it up here. There's going to be a red line as I'm over here. See that red little flag? So for some reason, it's showing that part of the ocean has depth. See over here on the elevation profile? Oh, you can't see it. Unbelievable. I'm just going to go to the full screen. You don't need to see me. That's miserable for you. Where is Google Earth? And let's go this way. And let's go this way. Okay. Get over there, Google Earth. All right, now we got it. So now you can see the elevation profile. Now you know what I'm talking about. Let's save that. Okay. So, and I just got rid of it. Let's do it again. We're going to go path, and then you choose show elevation profile. And then we're just going to basically follow the same nuances we did before. Go back and forth across that date line. Okay. Oops. You don't want to do that. Let's get this one back over here. And that's fine. Okay, so now we're going to see if it does the same thing. Why can't you see that? Go like this. That's not going to work either. Knock it off. Hold on, I'll get this eventually. It's just you can't see that. I have to lower it a little bit. Let's see, go here and lower this. Raise this up. And raise this down. Okay, that's better. So this looks much different than we just did because now it is showing us the seabed, which is strange because usually, let me clear this one too. Clear, clear, clear. Okay, you tell me here what we're doing wrong. So international date line is here. We're going to cross it a bunch of times with our boat. Where's the information? Okay, I'm just going to use this thing. I don't have the file. So I'm just going to do this again with path and show elevation profile. It's not this one, circle, 3D path, 3D polygon. No, it's just path. Okay, so let's go this way, cross out. Move the edge. There and there. Okay. So really weird that before it did what it used to do, which is basically say that the water was certainly concave, but now they're, I guess, walking that back. Let's see. Let me go to this one. Trying to get something to go. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw before, there was these huge dips. It was like flat, 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 dip, flat, flat, flat. Wherever I crossed one of their lines. It's just weird. Weird to see. But I thought it would do that, and it's not. But again, this is a great place to reach me, t.me/Jeranism. And you will get a hold of me, and we can chat, whatever you want to chat about. So much love, guys. I got to get some rest. Do your own research, please, please, please. Thank you for the super chats. When you do, you'll never again believe what you've been taught. If you want to mail me something, I'll read everything you send on the air. That is P.O. Box 3044, Merced, California, 95344. Much love. Be good. And if you can't, well, be good at it. This has been Jeranism. Peace.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Welcome. This is the Jeranism show.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the Speaker's Corner, where we speak truth, seek truth. Speaker's Corner, yeah, they see through, we see you. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is art on the Speaker's Corner. 2 minutes hit the spotlight. Speaker's Corner, where 2 minutes gets your mind right. Speaker's Corner, where the people get to talk, where real ideas and thoughts spark. This is art on the Speaker's Corner.